Hello, my name is Diane Egby-Edwards and I'm a hypnotherapist and sound healer. And it's the most beautiful day today, and we've had such a long dark winter, and this summer day is so gorgeous, and we've got a brilliant blue sky overhead, and I'm with some very dear friends, and we've been talking about favourite phrases and words that we use. And my favourite phrase at the moment is to jump out of the box, and I'm afraid I've been using it several times lately. It just comes into my mind and it really says a whole lot for me. It's all about thinking, feeling, being in a different space to the one that we've always been used to. We've always been programmed by our thoughts, by our patterns, by our parents, by our environment and so on. And most of the regular ideas that we have and the set in the way thinking about things, prejudices and so on, are not conceived by us. We took them on board from the culture that we grew up in, and we really need now to begin to think and feel in a different way. In fact, thinking is not the right word really. I don't mean thinking. Thinking is a left-brained ego process. What I'm talking about is a heart brain that we all have. And our heart brain gives us information all the time, and most of us have learned to be impervious to the information we get from the heart brain, but the heart brain is always telling us what is right and positive and what is good and loving. And as we begin to listen to the heart brain, so our intuition improves, and we begin to see more clearly how we can take our part in the tremendous consciousness change that's taking place on our planet today. This beautiful little spaceship Earth is going through a huge transformation, and we're part of that transformation. We as human beings must play our part in that transformation, and it means having the courage and being brave enough to change our ideas and our patterns that we've held for a very long time.
Now, Di, I'm a friend who's taken the video, so can I fire a question at you?
Oh, please do.
Well, you talk about the heart brain. Now, my problem is that how do we know that what we think is from the higher or the lower? I have a lot of difficulty, because every time I have a thought and think, well, that's the right thing to do, a little voice comes in and says, well, maybe the other thing's the right thing to do, the opposite. So how do we know what is what you put our heart brain?
Right. Thank you for that. The heart brain is really the essence of our being, and in our head we may have many kinds of different voices, and each may tell us a different thing to do, but a good measure to use is to have a vision of how we would choose the world to be, because we're actually in the process of creating a new world, and that's a very important thing to be doing, and we must all play our part. And in creating that amazing new world, we need to apply the ideas and the patterns and the processes that go on in our mind as to see whether they actually fall into and are conducive to that new world that we want to create. And if they do fit into that new world, then that is the way to go.
So what's the criteria? Are we talking about a world of peace and love, or how do we match our thoughts against this?
We're talking about a world where we can live in peace and harmony with each other on this beautiful planet this beautiful earth that we love so much. We're talking about living in a way that is harmonious and peaceful and kind and loving. And that is always what your heart brain will tell you. It will never give you any information that is other than positive in that frame.
So you're saying that somewhere deep inside us there's a place where we know the truth, if you like.
We do indeed. Most of the time we're acting upon our ego thinking minds, which lead us in all the directions that we've lived in for thousands of years, with all the many wars and problems in ourselves that we've been creating year after year.
Now you're a woman. Do you think that women have a part to play in this? Because the men have ruled the roost for a long time, haven't they?
That's quite a question, actually, isn't it, Dave?
Well, it's a bit controversial, isn't it?
It is a bit controversial. What I'm saying is that we are all human beings. If you put your hand, your fingers on your pulse, on your wrist for a few moments, you will feel a beat. That is your heartbeat. It is identical. It's the same heartbeat that every human being is feeling on this planet. We are actually all from the same stock, believe it or not. And for us to fight and to be in contention with one another is like the right hand fighting the left hand. It's absolutely ridiculous. And we need to move into this heart brain for to be our constant counsellor and companion, because that's what it can be.
Now, Di, you're a hypnotherapist or a psychotherapist? I'm
a hypnotherapist and I'm a sound healer, and I combine the two.
Okay, I don't know what sound healing is, but maybe we ought to leave that for another video.
Yes, maybe.
Have you got a website?
I have got a website, and I would love you to visit it. My website address is www.degby, that's DEGBY, wetpaint.com.
Great, thank you. It's been lovely to talk to you on this lovely sunny afternoon.
And thank you, and love and light to everybody. Thank you.